Hello everyone, this is Dark Force, and since I haven't done one of these in a while, I thought I would do another video blog. Since there is a lot of rumors and questions and such going around what I did after I stopped playing Starcraft in February, and yeah, I thought I would just clear that up a bit and talk about it. Excuse me. So yeah, I don't know exactly when it was in February, but somewhere in February I announced that I would retire, and I did not get a new contract with Alternate. I was actually talking with Alternate at that time, and they offered me the same contract as the year before, which was very nice of them considering I was not doing that good at that time. That good is, I guess, a bit of an understatement. I was not motivated at all anymore, and the game wasn't fun anymore. Like, I don't know, I just really didn't like playing anymore, and yeah, if that just doesn't really work long term. Yeah, I was actually very relieved when I didn't have that pressure on me anymore, because yeah, it's like, I don't know, maybe some people, they would have just gotten a new contract and like stuck around for a bit even if they didn't play much. But yes, I don't know, like when I get paid by someone to play, I also like expect myself to do good and to practice a lot. But yes, I mean, I really don't think I was able to do that anymore. And yeah, so that's why I didn't get another contract. I wasn't sure exactly what I would want to do afterwards. I considered playing poker, and I did play some, but it was like, I don't actually remember how it went. I think I like first I went up a bit, then down a bit again, and I broke even in the end. And yeah, obviously, I think I might have still been able to make some money with poker, but it would be a huge time investment. And honestly, like if you want to get into online poker and such, and you heard that some people made a lot of money with it, I think nowadays it's actually very hard to get into it. I mean, I have like a lot of experience with it already, and yes, like I'm pretty sure, right? Like right now, I couldn't make a living of playing poker. I would really need like a few months, or like, well, a few is maybe but at least like a month or two where I invest like 10 hours every day to get into it again, and then maybe I could. But yes, I think online poker is really quite hard right now. So I wasn't so sure. Like, I mean, if it's necessary and I need the money, I would try it again. But I have enough savings from playing poker long time ago, from betting on Starcraft while I was playing Starcraft. I mean, I was never able to like cover my living expenses with what I made in Starcraft, but almost. Like, it wasn't super far away. Because I live in Erlangen, which is I think it's one of the most expensive cities in Germany. Like especially rent is very high, and also like food I think is relatively expensive here. Yeah, I mean, if I would move somewhere else, I would have been able to cover my living expenses for sure. But here it's actually quite hard. So yeah, after I retired, or well, actually before, I was actually playing a lot of League of Legends. Yes, like people always like assume like if someone who like played professionally once, when he plays a game, he always like plays it professionally, or like has the aim to do so. And while that was in the back of my mind, like for the main reason why I played the game was really because it was fun for me. And yes, I did join some teams, because even if I play for fun, I'm still very competitive. I mean, I've played like many different games in the past, and I was actually very good at some. I mean, like, not that that was any not that that had much worth, or that anyone knows that, but like I remember I was like top two or top three in a game called Battleforge. It was like some weird, like a mix of like a card game and an RTS. and I was actually very good in that. And um, I also played Go, a Chinese slash Japanese board game. But was most famous from being played in Japan, but it's from China. And I also improved very quickly at that, and I played it like 10 hours a day. But I mean, yes, I knew that I would never make money with it, because like the professionals, like it's so hard to reach that if you don't have the same training. And to have the same training, you have to be in Korea, China, or Japan, and you probably have to speak the language as well. And so yes, like I always thought, like, I mean, if I, for some whatever reason, get good very quickly at League of Legends, and I would have maybe tried it to make money with it, maybe like just to streaming or joining a team. But over time, I mean, like, those of you who've played League of Legends know, like, people in that game are really obnoxious, and like, yes, like, then you have like the community, like, apart from it, like, I mean, the one where I usually read was like Reddit. Maybe that's a bad example, but yes, like, like in League of Legends, people still have like that kind of illusions that like the Americans are actually good at the game, and like people actually like they are like they are like weirdly hating on the Koreans, because like the Korean strategy is boring to watch or something. Well, it wins, but yes, for some reason they don't like that. And I don't know, like, to me that's just so weird. Like I always have a lot more respect, and I like the Korean players more in League of Legends than the Americans and also the Europeans, because as like the like my perspective, like the NA scene, it's like all trash talk and big mouth except for one team, but let's leave that out for now. And yeah, and like people aren't actually very good, and they probably don't practice that much, and they like stream a lot and things like that. And while streaming a lot, if one person in the team streams, that means that you can practice. But anyway, like, I was actually getting quite annoyed with the whole community, and at some point I just thought, yeah, even if I get somewhere here, um, I wouldn't really want to be like part of like a team like that. And like in League of Legends, people are generally younger than in Starcraft. Like, I was playing in a couple of teams, but people were usually like between 18 and 20. Like, sometimes there was even like people like 15, 16, 17 or so. I mean, not that I have anything against them personally, but yeah, I just prefer to like deal with people that are a bit more grown up. And yeah, like, when you play the game itself and you play ranked games, like, people really like, there's like flaming in, let's say, 80% of the games or something. Like, people flame every game, and like they like, people don't get that engaging in like an argument with someone else is not going to lead you anywhere, because no one will ever agree that they are wrong. I mean, there are some rare instances where someone agrees that they're wrong, usually after the game, but like, people never back down out of the arguments, and they just keep arguing instead of playing. And I was honestly very annoyed by that. And also, it's really hard to find like a group of like-minded people that don't like tell you about the great Americans and what hero they play, because I don't give a shit about that. I mean, yes, they are better than me, but yeah, I don't really want to learn from like like subpar players, like on a grand scale of things. And yeah, I don't know, like, I tried with a few teams, because like the whole solo queue thing was really annoying me. But it's like, some were better, some were worse. Um, but overall, like, it's really hard to find like a decent bunch of people, both like skill wise and also like attitude wise and maturity wise. So I played less and less over time, because like playing solo queue, you have like flaming every game, and I endured it for like a few months, but it really like, it just like annoyed the shit out of me towards the end. And so I didn't play so much anymore. And then I had the idea that, well, I mean, I was betting the whole time. I mean, I've been betting like on esports ever since it's available. Um, I put a bit more time into it after I retired. And yes, I don't know. Like one day I was like driving with my bicycle through a park. I don't remember exactly why, but anyway, like I had that idea that that it would be nice to have a discussion a platform for discussion with other people about betting on esport. Because like really the only person I usually discussed things with was with well, a few people like that I know that bet, but really the only person that I mainly discussed it with was my girlfriend, because she really understood things, and I taught her quite a lot about it. And yes, like she really like understood like how I think about it, and I think how I think one should think about betting in general. Like I think people have a lot of misconceptions about that, but that's a topic for a future video. So yes, like I really don't have many people to talk about it with, and I think like while it's of course you don't need to have a discussion, it's nice to hear like different opinions and such, and yeah, that's why I decided to create the page that I created. Actually, oh, it's already a month ago, a little more than a month even. It's esportsedge.com, and I can show you actually quickly. Where is it? Let me see. Here, this is the page now. It already has undergone some reworks. Yeah, it's at esportsedge.com is the name, and we well, like basically there's a section for Starcraft and one for League of Legends. My girlfriend writes about League of Legends. Well, I mean, we both watched that together actually, but I mean, I can't write about everything, and she's actually I think a better writer than me. Like like things like yeah like not using the same word twice and stuff like that. I think like yeah, her writing is better than mine. So we split it up. She writes about League of Legends. I write about Starcraft right now. Naomi, you might know him. He's a regular in our German podcast. Well, the German podcast that is not so regular, I guess. He's actually playing full time. I think he mostly makes money with streaming, and he will write about the EU and NA WCS. Right now, up to now there were no bets for that because Pinnacle did not want to put on online lines for the round of 32. He will also write about StarCraft, and well, I already have like one or two people who want to write for Dota 2. But yeah, I don't know exactly like what will happen with that. Like yeah, we will see what will happen. Like yes, but long term the plan is to also add Dota to this, and yeah. So the last thing is that I actually started playing some StarCraft again, and like people are, oh, are you coming back? And I thought you retired. And I get those questions like every game almost, and. Yeah, I do play some again because, well, actually, it was fun again, and I always like the StarCraft community more. So I'd rather be part of the StarCraft community than the League of Legends one. I will be honest about that. I mean, League of Legends was a very fun game for some time, but like honestly, what ruined it for me were the people in it. Weirdly enough. And I still do play some League of Legends. It's not that I stopped completely, but yes, like not as much as I used to. And so, what do I want to do in StarCraft? Well, I don't really know, to be honest. Right now, I play it because it's fun. It's not my job. I do stream some, not all too much, and yes. I was thinking whether I would actually want to join a team sometime if I do better. I'm not sure about that because while traveling to like, for example, an event in Korea is nice, like yeah, like I don't want to like travel that much to like things I don't really want to anymore, and I also don't want to have like that pressure and like always the like you know like um, in esports, you always have to like ask them like, why did I not get the money here and blah blah blah, and like dealing with a team can be very annoying. For well, I mean, even if I get to like, let's say like an okay level in like the German scene again, I might get like 100 or 200 euro a month from a team. I would maybe get that, and probably like 2 months late, and then maybe if I don't want to extend the contract, I won't get the rest of the money anyway, and things like that. I mean, like I actually will do a video about that again, because I think like people have a lot of like they think like contracts are worth all too much in esports, which they are really not, in my opinion. So yeah, like I think I actually don't really want to join a team. I mean, unless it's a how do you say, a really reputable team that pays a decent amount. So I will just stream some. I will play as long as it's fun. If it's not fun anymore, I'm not gonna play. Like I will just play less, or like take a break and not play for a week or two. I don't want to like get to the point again where I feel like I'm like forced, where I'm like forcing myself to play, because I'm very ambitious, and if I like want to achieve something, I like really push myself to work towards it, even if I don't feel like it on that day. But yes, like my main focus will be for now on betting on esports, writing about it, looking after the site. I also want to like maybe sponsor some show matches, or something like that in the future, to do some advertisement for the blog or the page, whatever you want to call it. And yes, I mean, like as I told you earlier, and the main reason I told you is so I can make a comparison now. Like whenever I play a game, like ever since I'm like actually younger, like I've always been very competitive and very ambitious with games. And so I'm very ambitious with Starcraft right now, but I don't really want to like go back to where I left, because well, that obviously didn't go so well. So I will just really play, like as long as it's fun and such. I will keep playing, and maybe I get good again. Maybe I would participate in some tournament. I would definitely participate in the German EPS. Maybe I will even play the WCS qualifier. I mean, if I get anywhere there and I have to go to the offline event, it's 4.5 hours with the train to Cologne. It's not so bad. I can take my girlfriend. We can spend 2 or 3 days in Cologne and eat some Flammkuchen or something. But yes, like I don't really want to go like to like really like trying to like play every qualifier for every event and such, and like worry that, oh, if I take a vacation one time a year, I will miss this IEM qualifier, I will miss an EPS play day here and such. Like that's how it was before. Like it was actually really hard to like know when to like go on vacation, because there was like always something. And and I mean, yes, of course you can just skip stuff, but then you feel like, oh, I should have played this and this, and I don't really want to go back to that. So I'm just gonna play more for fun than for anything else, and see where things go. But yes, I don't really want to play like full out professional like anymore. And let's see what happens. Well, I hope I hope this video blog cleared some stuff up, and I hope you will visit my blog. Again, it's esportsedge.com. I will keep writing there, and I hope I can recruit some more writers to cover, for example, Dota 2. I mean, I do watch some Dota 2, and I do bet a bit on it, but I think I'm not really qualified to like write all too well about it, because like I don't play the game much. I've played like a few games some time back, like, but I mean, I personally think you don't need to play a game to bet on it. I mean, yes, like I don't like follow the scene enough to like really write a lot about it, and like I'm not always like so sure about my bets. I do bet sometimes just because something like seems very off or so to me, even if I don't have like super much inside knowledge on the scene or anything. But yes, I don't think I'm qualified to write. If you are interested in writing, not just about Dota, I mean, could also be about League of Legends, for example, LCS. We don't really cover that because it's too much at once. You can always like write on Facebook. We have a wait, I'll show that quickly. We actually have a Facebook page. Where is that? Mhm. Okay, let's get this over here. Oops. So here, this is our Facebook page is Esports, and then space Edge. Yeah, you can just write a private message to that page if you are interested in writing. Like, I'm not gonna guarantee that you will write for it, because like I want people that also like know something about betting, because yes, like like of course we are like the page is like around preview coverage and such. It all like I want like to have it like how do you say, like a connection to betting, because I mean there's enough pages that write probably better like previews or articles than us in general, but there's nothing that has like any kind of betting context, and that's what I'm trying to do. Anyway, I'm talking too long here already. I'm gonna make another video blog in the next days. But yeah, for now that's it. Goodbye.